What's going on, everybody? It's David Piatek, and today I want to talk about your Social Security and how much potential income you're going to get in the future. Now, this video comes about because I recently had to help my parents to go through that process of applying for Social Security. And the question that we had was, well, how much are they going to actually get? And it was kind of a mystery. It was a mystery up until they actually awarded it. So I thought to myself, well, can I check my Social Security to see how much I would be getting down the line? And obviously, it's important from future planning, right? So budgeting, house affordability, right? Because what happens if you're retiring in 15 years, but you'll have a 30-year mortgage, right? So now you have to continue to make that payment on that mortgage, even though you're not making the same income if you decide to retire. All those things are going to be factored in. Plus, where you move to is going to be factored in, the cost of living, all that's very important. And with that, I learned by checking my own benefits is that they can have wrong information in there, just like having your points awarded to you for your military career. The same thing can happen. So let me show you guys the website, and I'm also going to drop it down in the link below. I am a loan officer and able to help you utilize that amazing VA home loan across the country. So if you're looking for some guidance, please schedule a call with me down below. So let's go right to the website. So again, I'm going to link that for you. It's going to be SSA.gov, and this is the information you're going to have on there. It's going to go through different benefits, applying for benefits, checking your status if you already are receiving any cards. It also has the information on here how to contact them in the event there's a death of a Social Security member, of us, someone receiving Social Security, should I say. And if you need to update like your benefits, all that, you can do that on the website itself. So let me show you guys where it shows you where you can get an estimate of what you're going to get. So I believe it was right here in prepare. Yep. And the cool part of all of this, right? So if you want to be able to see like where your statement is, and they actually will email it to you every year. So I've now been receiving it for 2 years. So you send me an email, say, David, based on your income and your projection and your prior income, this is what you're going to get if you continue to make the same income. Which I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool that you can see that. So on here, right? So if you're doing this for the first time, get an estimate of your benefits. And what's going to happen is it's going to take you to here. It's going to say get estimate. Now, this is the cool part. If you already have access to the VA.gov, you can just sign in with ID.me. Now, obviously, I'm not signing in on this for today's purpose, but let me tell you guys what is on here. So I'm going to read through kind of through my stuff, right? And kind of give you an idea of what actually goes up. So it gives you an idea depending on when you're going to receive benefits. So like for mine, this is from 62 or 70 when you would start receiving benefits. And based on how much you currently make, then it's going to tell you how much you're going to receive, right? Depending on what age you take it at. It also is going to outline if you had disability. It tells you what your monthly disability benefits are, right? So here it says you have earned enough credits to qualify for disability benefits if you become disabled right now and you have enough recent work. Then it'll tell you how much money you would get on a monthly basis, which is good to know because a lot of veterans are kind of teetering like, hey, I have my VA disability. Do I apply for SSDI? How much am I going to get? It's not a mystery. You got to check the statement. Also, another big thing that's noted on here, it gives you survivor benefits, right? So again, something happens. Now your spouse is going to be able to get a portion of those benefits. If you have children, how does that work? And how much they're going to get, it's outlined in this benefits letter. That's how important it is to know, even though you may not be receiving it for a while, but you never know, life can change, right? You could be 30 years old and you might have to get, you may get discharged from the military on 100% PNT, plus you might be looking at SSDI. How do you know what it is? It doesn't cost you anything to set this up. This is why I highly encourage you guys to just spend a little time, like literally like a couple minutes and sign up for it, especially if you have a VA.gov account. You already can basically access it. It also is going to outline Medicare costs for you, And then on the second page, what it does is it outlines your earnings record, okay, which is important and the main contributor of how much you're going to be receiving. You need to look through it, and on here it says, look, if you find an error, this is the number you have to call, and you walk them through it. I'm sure you're going to have some patience with this, but just take your time. And then also it just gives you total taxes that you've paid, your employer's paid on your behalf. So all those things are so important to planning out your future. And this is why I also think it's important to understand your financial picture, what it's going to look like when it's going to be retirement time. Okay. You may be in a position where, hey, I'm making enough money from retirement, savings, everything else to sustain my current lifestyle. Or if you're thinking that, hey, down the line, my current lifestyle is not going to be sustainable, how far in advance do I start downsizing? So then based on me getting VA disability plus me potentially getting Social Security, or what if I switch to SSDI? What does that look like, right? And I always recommend that planning sooner than later is important, because as we know historically, right? I'm not saying real estate going up in value isn't guaranteed. That's for sure. But if we look at historical data, that seems to be the case. And the longer you wait, like, yes, in theory, your home value goes up, but other home values also, right, go up. Sometimes making a decision sooner than later may be better, but it's not for everybody. But especially if you know that on the horizon, you're going to be like, hey, we're going to be on fixed income. We know today that the current house we have is too much. Or we get a lot of phone calls from people that are like, hey, I'm an empty nester. What do I do? The house we have is just too big. Ton in utilities, plus yard work, everything else that we just don't want to do anymore. Identifying those things sooner than later is going to be a key to setting yourselves up for success. And if you're new to the channel, VA Housing Education promotes education for the VA home loan from a real estate perspective, financial perspective, and things that are trending right now that affect veterans using some type of housing. Okay. And I am a loan officer, so I can help you and walk you through that process. You can schedule a call with me down below. Everyone's talking about real estate because it's important, right? You want to have a place to call home, and everyone's at different stages of life. So people always talk about it, and you can always share this resource with any veteran themselves or community or and any social media platform that you guys are on. Make sure you guys hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll catch you on the next video.